ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSG game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on a hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast.
Opportunity for a three-point play.
West Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dalton. And you know that boy hit you. He said he want a small fry. Tell him they better make him big. Yeah, you already know when we be on.
You bet. Here he goes. This place is gone.
If we set it and set it in stone, sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal sports zone.
Straight steal of home. The slide. The Cards win.
The magic is working tonight. How do you know when things are
The emotional journey to the championship.
Boom, boom, boom. What's up, everybody? We are coming to you live from the Shoot 360 studios. Welcome to the longest running streaming podcast in the nation devoted strictly to the University of Louisville Athletics. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, brought to you by Prime IV Louisville. Happy New Year. I ain't talked to y'all since last year. Appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. I'm your host, Jeremy Wyman, here with my co-host. He is the big little brother. He's Joe Wyman.
What's up?
He didn't even tell you. You just did it like a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
New year, new me.
New Year, same old.
Oh, no. Yeah.
SOS, same old Shawn.
No, just like Roman Reigns said, some things change, but not me.
Not you, not you. And next we got the guy that freezes when you ask him very important questions. His name is, very important time-sensitive questions. It's Shawn. Shawn?
How's it going?
Sorry, Shawn?
How's it going?
Almost muted him for the entire show again. Don't forget the Mossy Oak chat line is open. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or however, send us your questions on social media. Check the graphic below on the right side to see how you can follow the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast on social media, and on the left side to see how you can help support the podcast monetarily if you'd like to. Hit that thumbs up button while you're here on YouTube. YouTube is our preferred way of you guys watching the show. Helps us out more with sponsors. Subscribe to the podcast on YouTube and Facebook to be alerted anytime we go live. And speaking of fine sponsors, shout out to these guys: Fitness Market, Four Pegs, Collision Course Crew, Tailgaters, Cherry Picking, Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, Rally House, Beckman's Fine Blades, Josh Jarbo from Remax Realty, and Prime IV Louisville. Speaking, what's up, JB? What's up, Brian? Brian with the acknowledging us. Jason Baker saying what's up to all of us. He spelled Shawn's name. It's S-H-W-A-N. It's Shawn. Speaking of Prime IV, at Prime IV Hydration and Wellness, they believe in the power of personalized health care. Their memberships are designed to provide you with regular access to top quality IV drips, the only way Shawn will ever get drip, and injections tailored to your unique needs. Discover the benefits of consistent wellness treatments and join the Prime IV family today. Your journey to better health starts here. Give them a call at 502 or text 502-251-9836. Aaron, what's good? You can text them with any questions you have. You can call them to set up appointments. Super key, super important. Let them know we sent you their way. We've had people go up there. They don't tell them. And then Andrew, I think I seen, he thinks he saw Joe and Luke Hancock at Waffle House Christmas Eve.
That would be true. That would be true.
You saw Luke Hancock at Waffle House?
Yeah.
And this guy saw you and Luke Hancock at Waffle House.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Luke until we both got up to pay.
So you didn't go to Waffle House with Luke together?
No.
Okay.
I was sitting here, Luke was sitting here, and some lady just like sat down and just would not stop talking to Luke. And I mean, I wouldn't like ear hustling or anything. I don't know what they were talking about. And then he got up, and I had just got up, and then he got to the pay window, and of course I knew who he was. But I mean, yeah, that would have been me.
Did you tell him that you were the best co-host in the city?
No, I didn't need to.
That's fair.
Because what did he say? He saw me and Luke. So
that's
me first.
Yeah. Gosh, that is pretty solid evidence. Sorry, I did not. I'm trying to adjust the colors of the graphics real quick. That's on me. Where were we at? Right there. Okay. Let's see who else is. So yes, Andrew, you did.
Should have said, "What's up, man?"
Should have said, "What's up?" BJ, wait a minute. Where was my invite?
I was on my way home from work, dude.
Oh, okay. On Christmas Eve?
Yeah, I had to work that morning. Remember? And Teresa took mom to the doctor
I was gonna say I thought we were here Christmas Eve.
around 3. We were.
Okay.
This is like at 11
I didn't know you went to work that night.
that morning. 11 in the morning. Christmas Eve morning.
Well, see, to me, Christmas Eve is anything after 6 p.m. Christmas Eve I'm not correcting you. I'm telling you that's why I thought he meant after, but you're saying it was earlier in the day, Christmas Eve. I got
Yes.
you.
11 a.m. December 24th.
What up, 55? I know a lot is going on, but kudos to the women's basketball team. Those girls are rolling. Absolutely. Robbie said, good evening, gentlemen. And Andrew said, yeah, facts. I just don't like to bother people while they're eating. Trust me, you would not have bothered him. He would have kept on rolling through.
Yeah.
He would have powered through big time. Listen, let's start off with hoops. We had a pretty so-so week. Beat a team in California and lost to Stanford. I thought we were going to probably lose to California and beat Stanford since we were undefeated against Stanford all time. Went the opposite way. Showed a gutsy performance against California. The referees, California came back multiple times in that game, referees, and we were able to still hold them off by 20, which we should have beaten them by way more than that. Then, and I hate that it's a pattern, but physical teams throw us off our game. And this is the third straight team that has absolutely just out-muscled us. And all 3 times we have lost those games. I don't know what you can do this late in the season to improve physicality. I know that I'm starting to get worried about Michael Brown. I do not expect him to play versus Duke. I know that they are still trying to get more opinions on his health as we speak. I understand. I want to put it this way. I do understand why they're being cautious, because if he gets in, if we bring him back too soon and put him in, he hurts himself even worse. Then not only have we lost him for the season, but he's hurting his future career, right? So I get it. I get the slow play. I understand it completely. Man, what a bad break, because we get a stud in Michael Brown, and Kansas is going through the same thing with Darren Peterson. Like, he's not playing either. Hopefully Cam Boozer gets hurt before our game. No, I'm just kidding. I don't wish that on anybody other than Cam Boozer. So we'll just have to see. The fan base, though, man, the fan base has to chill. And I try not to tell people how to fan. You don't have to listen to me either. But I can tell you this. Current players, former players, future players are all noticing how a portion of the fan base went after PK the other day. A portion of the fan base went after Rain Smith the other day. And all Rain Smith did was take up for PK. But let's discuss that situation. Had a post game. Now, was that after the Cal game?
Yes.
So we just won the game. Guy from Louisville flew all the way out there. One of our media members, Brooks, asked him about the injury report, and he basically just for about 90 seconds was like, "I'm not talking about injuries no more. I'm not doing." Da, 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 da. I guess here's my thing. I do stand by Coach in the fact that I believe that he is allowed to talk about whatever he wants to. The thing I think that has changed the game is that these players are paid now. So this is not college sports anymore. This is professional sports. And yes, if we're not going to have why would I be let's just go regular, normal fan. For example, my buddy Joe, he works up at Target over here, and excited all day long. Game's coming on. Michael might be back. Man, yada, yada, yada. And then an hour before the game, they announced that he's not going to be back. Like so I guess I can see both sides. Yes, there should be some more transparency, but man, you just got to let him do his thing. The people that are like, there's been people said he need to be fired because we've lost 3 games. Like, we had more than 3 losses at this time last year. I just think as a whole, we need to be a little bit more patient. I'm not saying we should accept mediocrity by any means, but we've had some missing parts. We had missing parts last year. We have some missing parts this year. I like the culture that he has going on here. Do I wish we could have had anybody else? Sure, but sorry, would I've been glad if we landed some other people? Sure, but I'm happy with Pat Kelsey. Shawn, what about you?
I'm fine with it. Here's the thing: could he have answered it more tactfully? Maybe, right? Could he said, "Listen, I don't really. The injuries are handled by the medical personnel." Now, that would be another question. Who can I ask then, right? Who can I ask? Like, I can't get details. I don't want details. I don't want like, oh, well, he strained his lower back, or he landed hard. I just want to know when's he, like what happened, because remember he's probable before the California game, and then right before game time, they're like, nope, he's out. So obviously something happened. Did he tweak his back again? Is it just not 100% yet? Kind of like Casey Pryor's knee. That's speaking of which, when you brought up toughness, that could help right there, because Casey Pryor is the kind of player that can mix it up in there. Unlike, unfortunately, Ali Khalifa, not a physical player.
Zukris.
Yeah, the problem with him is he's so like right now you can tell he thinks too much.
Well, no, I'm just talking about putting him in for a few minutes to beat the crap out of somebody. Maybe it'll make them think twice.
Argoon, or
I don't hate it. Our modern day Terrence Farley, yeah, shout out to him. That kid could go through 6 fouls in 2 minutes, and it would be well worth it. Andrew Mudd says it would be cool if we could get Johnson in to play. Brown can't go. Either way, I love PK. That would be, especially with all these other teams adding NBA draft picks to their. Don't get me started on that. We'll talk about that more throughout the season. If you played a second of NBA ball above G League, you should not be allowed back in college. If you heard your name at the NBA draft, sorry, Trenton. Trenton's family, I know you are watching. Love you all.
He played in 4 games this year, though.
Yeah, he should not. That's what I'm saying. He should not be allowed back in college.
Quite honestly, if you played pro ball anywhere, I don't care if it's overseas or not, you're a pro. Like, so it's
that would eliminate
NBA?
half of the NCAA right now.
Well,
and half of our team it would eliminate too. Well, not half, but a quarter of it.
Amateur.
I just think I'm okay with the G League guys, because you're allowing the Brazilian and the British and all other ones, all their minor leagues to come over here and those guys to be eligible. But if you played 1 second of NBA ball, you should not be allowed back in college. And as far as Rain Smith, people being mad at him because he was trying to explain things. And then there were a couple of people that were, I don't know if they were looking for a reaction or if they were just click fish. I don't know, but they started talking down to Rain, and I didn't like that at all. And but people, that's the thing about it. Even the most sane of people will get on the radio and say, "Oh, these recruits and players don't pay no attention." And I have been told a multitude of times, "Well, why didn't they come to Louisville? We saw how the fans treated this guy or that guy, and we didn't want any part of that." So a reason why the team out east loses a lot. Let's see, PK in the past likes to say you have to ask the trainer, but then he never makes the trainer available to the media. Yeah, again, I don't think I can see it both sides, because I can see him not wanting to divulge that information so the his opponents can get ready for it, right? But I also can see, again, with this being a pay-to-play situation, if the fans want to know who's in and who's out, I believe that they have a right to know. I don't think we ever should tweet current players or past players. And before you also they can just be ignorant and we have to ignore it. You don't have to. You probably should, because they either paved the way, they are paving the way. as much as everybody had turmoil with Miller Moss this year, there was an incredible amount of kill yourselves to him throughout the season on Twitter. And it just was unwarranted. It was unclassy. It lets me know that for those people, one of their parents was raised a Kentucky fan, because true Louisville fans don't act like that. They just don't. You can argue with me till you turn, I don't want to say that word, purple in the face. But when I was growing up, when Joey was growing up, even when Shawn was in the sack,
He's still growing up.
You always knew who was Louisville fans and who was Kentucky fans, because the Louisville fans would just let the talk go on the court. And we could show up to church every Sunday, and me and Joey would be surrounded by Kentucky fans. And the first, y'all barely beat Tulane this week, huh? Or we smoked Prairie View A&M. It's just like they were more boisterous. They were less classy. And you could always tell. That's why I said, if y'all remember the first post, I've said this 100 times. The first post I ever wrote for Cardinal Sports Zone was called, "I'm going to need y'all to do better." 14 years ago, I foreshadowed our fan base turning into them. And it's because I would say 30% of Louisville fans these days, I think that's a fair percentage, were raised with one Kentucky parent. And that's where the discrepancies have started. So I would just say, if you see somebody attacking a Louisville person or a former Louisville person, just gently remind them that that's what they do down the road. Let's talk about expectations as we wait for Sam to either show up or call in once he gets home. We're trying to get him here. He had to cover the women's basketball game that just went final, but expectations. Joey, we'll go with you first. At the beginning of the season, after about the first 3 or 4 weeks, we all were screaming Final Four, at least Elite Eight. Have your expectations changed for this team now that it looks like there is a solution to the puzzle of Louisville? You play physical with them. You keep them from hitting threes because of your physicality. They're not going to hit enough shots. They're not going to win the big games. You could do that you could do that one game, but you're not going to pull that off every single game.
No, my expectations haven't changed, because just as much as other teams can figure us out, we can adapt and change ourselves. We can get better. I mean, we're a little over a third of the way through the season, so we got plenty of time to work on this stuff. We've got the talent. We've got the coaches. The kids want to learn. They will learn. And part of it, going from the beginning of the season when we were playing 12 guys, we're only playing about it. We've shortened the rotation now. So you got to get used to that as well. Like, the players have to get used to that as well. So I'm not worried whatsoever. And especially when you watch other games around college basketball, you got 2 or 3 teams that look like they're on the top tier, and then we're right there with anybody else.
Shawn?
I would say we're still going to be a second weekend team. Now, whether Elite 8 or Sweet 16, I don't know if we'll end up in just the Sweet 16 or make it to the Elite 8. It depends on who we're going to have. Who we're going to have, for one, right? Are we going to have Michael back?
Well, I think we're an Elite 8 team without Michael, and Final Four with him.
Because the only thing that worries me is our front court defense and our defense in general.
What front court defense?
Yeah, our defense in general, because Stanford blew by us. There's constant,
because one person can't control the entire front court on defense.
And when they blow by us, there's nobody back there they were afraid of at the rim to block a shot. They just were like, we're just going to take it one-on-one. That's all they did. They didn't have hardly any assists on their field goals. It was all one-on-one, isolate, and go. And that's the other Achilles heel. We talk about how their defense affects our offense. Our defense is having trouble against guys that can get by you. They're quick enough to get by our wings and our forwards, because poor Kanai played good, but he got blown by a few times even.
Higgy just texted me and said, "Did you say wings?"
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yes, Higgy, he did say wings.
Not 8-piece. Wings, no.
You think Higgy just eats 8? That's cute.
You're right.
B Gel back 69. Nice. So the problem is it's the 2% of idiot fans that we have, but it's always that 2% that's the loudest. Yeah, and that's the thing that, I mean, I would tell Nolan that all the time. Shout out to Nolan, man. Holy crap, he's got Tennessee State rolling. And I would not be surprised to see him be one of the teams next season that lands a couple of big time transfers, because he's got who is his general manager down? I'll look that up while you finish your thought. But he's got a big time money general manager down there that I think is going to land a couple big time names next year, and they're going to break through in the tournament. But he's doing a really, really good job. Cashmere, what's good? Bubba Ray, the infinitely tiny one, says, I hope PK doesn't go. We don't say those letters in that order and not make changes. I feel like he's been very good at. Do y'all not think that he's been good in game at making changes?
I think he adjusts.
I think
For
he's
sure.
made in game adjustments. Jason Baker says, I think even in a loss, we changed up play a little bit. We started early, going to the paint and being assertive. We got away from that. So I agree and disagree at the same time, because in the second half, Javon Hadley went absolutely ham in the paint and took over. I just think it was they had our outside shooters. And here's another thing. And I hate being this guy, right? All 3 games, we were absolutely hosed by the referees all game long. They did not call the game both ways, like Shawn, the entire game.
Just one way.
Okay. I think it's no way. Cashmere, Cash Money, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in here with us. So, but yeah, we've got to figure out a way around that. And another thing that hurt us this last game is, for the first time all season that I can remember anyway, Ryan Conwell got off to a shaky start and he just never recovered. But guys like that, they don't have back-to-back bad games like that. They have one every 10 games. Well, that's the problem in the NCAA tournament. You can't afford for his one to be any of the first 3 rounds of that tournament. So Shawn, did you say or not?
I just said
your expectations have
slightly. I think it could be Sweet 16 instead of Elite 8, just because I don't know who's going to be playing, and it depends on matchups as well. Who we end up matching up against. We end up matching up against a athletic, physical team. It's going to be tough for us until I see differently in a game this year.
Do you mean like the team we have Tuesday at 7 p.m. at the Yum Center?
Yeah, that team.
The uber physical team.
Mm-hmm.
My expectations have tapered down as well. I had them at Final Four. I do think they're still a Sweet 16 team because, like I said, you may cool off every 5 or 6 games. It's just the law of averages that one of their 5 or 6 games is going to be one of the first few weekends of the NCAA tournament. I think the rough sucked on the West Coast swing, but we have a recurring problem of fouling with our hands. It's been that way all season long. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody I do, and I'm going to take this last game out of this conversation. I want to put a spotlight on, and it's Adrian Woolley. Something that me and Steve had talked about a month and a half ago, maybe even longer than that, when people were complaining about Woolley not getting enough minutes, this and that. And we were like, look, these guys are learning valuable lessons backing up the guys that they're backing up. So if they get an opportunity to step up, they will shine. And Woolley has done just that. He's shown that we're going to have to fight to keep him here because he is a starter anywhere in the country. Got a lot of charisma. He can score the ball. He just a lot of energy. Kanai Roots is so close to turning it on. I don't know what it is. He just can't keep the switch the correct direction. Shawn, you know about that. So, yeah, just backing up Michael got Woolley ready to shine in the starting role, and I think he's doing a really good job there.
Yep. I was waiting for Shawn to say something.
Well, it's because I looked at Shawn.
I know. I stopped.
Yeah. He's I'd argue he's a better defender than Michael. I'd argue that. Offensively, Michael is he is next level. Let's be honest. He just is. But defensively, Woolley is very good. I know he had a bad game, but that's part of it was the rest because he would be playing the same type of defense that Stanford would, but he'd get called for a foul and they wouldn't. Like it was a very weirdly officiated game because they did miss calls on both sides. We found them a couple times they didn't call it. They were just not very good officials. Period.
And kind of going back to the other part of the conversation, I was telling Shawn this during the game. I'm like, the offense runs so much differently and smoother when Michael's in the game. It just is what it is. That's no knock on anybody else. Michael is the guy that gets the plays going. I mean, it's so much more fluent. The ball movement, you can see the ball movement's different. And he's just such a threat to shoot from the outside, mid range, or blow past you and take it to the rim that the other teams, have to game plan for all of it. And when he's not in the game, it is a different team. So get him healthy, get him back, relax.
Robbie says you count on the powers to be to pair us with the physical team the first round of the tournament, and we'll let them play.
Kenneth Freed.
That was horrible.
They'll give us like another.
What was that I said I was going to look up while Shawn was talking?
Nolan's.
Okay, they're 9-5. We're going to head down there. I don't know exactly when, but we're going to go down there and pay a visit to our buddy Nolan in a couple of weeks. Had it planned for a few weekends from now, but then I realized that's when all of our prime IV appointments are, so we're not going to go that day. We're going to try to figure out a different day to go down there. Support them. 9-5. Shawn, how many games did Kenny Payne win here? I know that's a taboo word, not supposed to.
Let's see, what, 12?
12. So he's 3 games off of Penny Kane. I feel comfortable saying that. And yes, he's playing in the OVC before, but he's beaten a couple of good teams. So we'll see. Man, I just got a feeling we're going to see Tennessee State in the NCAA tournament this year. And that's who it was. I was going to look up who his general manager was.
That's what I just said.
I thought you said his record.
No, his general manager.
Well, I didn't get to look that up. Cards hosts Duke Tuesday at 7 p.m. in the Yum Center. Women's basketball. Now, this is Sam's department, but I still don't know if he's going to come straight to the studio or if he is going to, let's see. Hold on, getting some intel. Just didn't know if I could talk about that. Yeah. Just wasn't sure that was okay to talk about. Number 13th ranked Louisville women's basketball team never trailed from tip-off to the final whistle, defeating ACC opponent SMU Thursday afternoon inside the KFC Yum Center by a score of 91-58. U of L's victory was driven by a dominant performance on both sides of the ball. The Cardinals shot a strong 48% for the game. Louisville's defense forced the Mustangs into their season-high 24 turnovers. Cardinals also shined on the glass, hung in 41 total rebounds, including 15 on the offensive board. The Cards turning those 15 offensive boards into 21 second chance points to give, Shawn, listen, to give Jeff Walls win number 499. So do you know what that means, right?
The next one's 500.
The next one was today as Louisville defeated Virginia Tech 85-60. I'm trying to pull up Sam's tweet from the game. It was an impressive. It was a very, very impressive. Gosh dang it, stat. Looking for it right now. So Jeff Wall's 500 win makes him the first women's coach to reach this mark in history. Maybe is it Louisville history? Sam, I'm gonna need you to verify that for me. And just the 4th coach in Louisville history to reach 500 wins, which I'm assuming is Crum, Patino. I don't know who the 4th one would be. But that's legendary. It really is. 500 wins there. Shawn, we're going to throw to you on this. had a special recruit in the building today that got to see the big victory. Can you tell us a little bit about the number one recruit in the country for 2027?
Yep, 2027,
Kalina
Smith.
Smith. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Out of California.
Cook Shawn.
A 5'6" point guard. An unbelievable score. She's averaged anywhere from like 32 points to 29 points a game. She's played for 3 years in high school so far. She's averaged anywhere from about 7 to 8 assists a game, and what's surprising is she's averaged like 4 to 4.5 steals a game. She's quick. Score first point guard. She's going to be kind of like Dana Evans was. Dana Evans was a score first point guard. Can shoot it, drive to the rim, finish around the rim. Even though she's only 5'6", got an array of shots. This would be an amazing recruit to get. We haven't had a point guard like that in a while. Last one was Dana Evans, to be honest, and she kind of reminds me a little bit of Dana Evans and the kind of game she had. So if you can land this one, she'll probably be a starter from day one. I'd almost bet. You don't get somebody like this. Basically, she'd be the women's basketball version of Michael Brown for the men's basketball team.
Compare her to somebody that we have landed in the past that you think she could have that kind of an impact.
Asia Dura. Asia Dura, when she came in, was an immediate impact player. She averaged like 16 points a game, I think, her freshman year. By the time she was done, she was averaging in the 20s. That's the kind of player she is as far as what the impact she can have. Immediate starter. I don't see how she doesn't start from day one if we land her.
All right. Yes, Joshua, for women's basketball. We are in her top schools. It's been a while since we've had this kind of a commit that we're recruiting. And I do want to, that I think that has a lot to do with losing Sam Purcell, Beth Burns, Coach Sam. What was Sam's like? Williams, Coach Sam Williams. But we listen, we've got some nice coaches on the staff now that are building themselves up. And I don't think there's any worry there as far as the future of our program is concerned. So I'll get to that in a minute. I still couldn't find what I was looking for. We are going to go to, and this segment may need to be pulled because it's been horrible so far. It wasn't the hottest one leading the nation like the last one was. This one has been piss on a stick. It is the barbershop.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 9, and I'm the one you need, baby.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
At least it didn't involve Santa.
No, it should have. Like, that was the best one. That was the best one. You came up with that one off the dome because you didn't think of anything. You forgot that you're supposed to do it. You probably just pulled that one up off of Google, didn't you? Just right then.
Of course.
Just right then.
Yeah.
That was terrible. That was so terrible.
You're a 9 because I'm the one you need. What, the 1 inch? That made it better.
Unbelievable.
That made it better.
From a 1 to 10, Shawn, that was a 0. Yeah, we're gonna stop those. We do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors again: Fitness Market, Four Pegs, Collision Course Crew, Cherry Pick and Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, Rally House, Beckman's Fine Blades, Josh Jarbo from Remax Realty, and Prime IV Louisville. Speaking of Prime IV Louisville, are you ready to take your health to the next level? Prime IV Hydration and Wellness has a special promotion just for you. Join them now and receive 1 month free with a paid 6-month membership. Daniel Spencer says that he thought that wasn't really bad of a pickup line. Gosh. 1 month free.
Well, that should tell you.
6-month membership. This offer is only available for a limited time, so head on over to Prime IV in Middletown to enjoy their customized IV treatments and expert care. Elevate your wellness routine today. Give them a call or text at 502-251-9836 to get more information. They'll send you the information via text if it's outside business hours, or just call and talk to Ava. Ava is so nice, and she takes care of you, and she's so nice. Sorry, I buffered. Let's get to the reason everybody's tuned in tonight, football, as we still wait on Sam to make his way into the arena, or tell us he's not making his way into the arena. We may have an open spot on the podcast going forward for football if anybody's interested. Cards, since we've been here last, Shawn, we won the Bowl of Beans 27-22. Isaac Brown shows out and then ships out. Other interesting developments since that game, Ron English and Hagan have been dismissed. I'm sorry, Ron English stepped down so he can go watch his son play football, which is not. Everybody jumped in the portal. I can tell you that there's a big NIL amount waiting in the wings. We just need somebody to go out there and get that NIL for us, Josh. So let's jump on that. The departures so far have been Dave McCullough, safety, Brady Allen, quarterback, Deuce Adams, quarterback, Mason Mims, quarterback, Nate Kuriski, who Shawn says went to Duke today, Grant Hauser, tight end, Selah Brown, D tackle, Xavier Porter, defensive line, Sean Boykins, running back, AJ Green, defensive end, Micah Carter, defensive end, Hughes Golden and Hurry, not a law firm, wide receivers, Carter Guillaume, offensive line, Ransom McDermott, what a football name, offensive line.
Carter Guillaume and Ransom McDermott. That sounds like the law office.
Call the offices of McDermott and Guillaume. Duke Watson, running back, Corey Gordon, the hometown kid, safety, and Justin Beatles, defensive end. Isaac Brown announced 3 or 4 days ago that he was going into the portal, but he never went into the portal. So didn't include him on my departures list. We did get some good news, though, this weekend. Clev Lubin said he's coming back. He wasn't in the portal, but he announced, I'm coming back, which y'all know what that means. Ching, ching. Antonio Watts pulled himself out of the portal. It's rumored that another member of let's see what position it is. One of the guys I just said. Where you at?
Defensive end.
A member of the defense. Shawn just tried.
Come on, Higgy.
You would mess up a wet. Will be returning. It's not been announced yet. I expect it to be announced very, very soon. And we got a couple of commits yesterday. First commit of the day was a defensive back from this state, DJ Waller. Not really sure how good he is, but I mean, we took him. I think Morrow knows what he's doing. And we got our QB1 yesterday, Shawn. Lincoln Keenholz, Ohio State backup. Let's talk about him for a minute, because when I saw, it's just human nature. You see, we got Ohio State's career backup, and you're like, oh man, well that's not a starter like we've got in the past. So the natural thing is, well let's look to see how if the fan base is happy he's gone or mad that he's gone, and a lot of them were upset that they were losing him. He was in a battle for the starting position all preseason. The other guy just got the edge on him, saying, this may seem like a hot take. It's not intended that way, but I think he's more talented than Moss. I love Jack Plummer. I think he's more talented than Plummer. I don't know if he's more talented than Shuck. And again, you know how much I like Plummer. I think this kid may be better than him. We still have Stanquan Clark, don't we? As far as I know, he's not in the portal. Joshua says, rumor is he's coming back. Is there any confirmation about that? So with that, I'll get to Isaac Brown here in a second. But with Keenholz, you couldn't find anybody that said a bad word about him. The fans were real complimentary about him all the articles when he was at Ohio State were talking about how much of a team leader he was and how dedicated and strong he was. I actually don't think it's a bad pickup. Shawn, what about you? Have you got to watch any of his film yet?
A little bit. There wasn't too much out there because
Was it porn?
No.
Okay.
I know he played in the bowl game as a freshman. Some people pulled that up and they're like, well, he played terrible that game. He's a true freshman that wasn't even supposed to play. Guy got injured. He went in, did the best he could. In the games he has played since then, he's been very good. You see the talent. Like, he's got a strong arm. I saw one of his throws.
You've got a strong arm too, Shawn.
Off his back foot.
Why do you keep going like that?
Oh.
That's why he's talking about that strong arm. You're going to break the table.
He made a throw off his back
like
foot.
RVD over here.
Don't break my table.
He made a throw off his back foot to a guy, and it was a dart, like a slant. He's also got some mobility too. He's not afraid to. I saw one play where he lowered his shoulder and absolutely just destroyed a guy trying to tackle him. I mean, you could almost call targeting on him. Yeah. But I just think you look at Ohio State had a backup quarterback once by the name of Joey. Who was it?
Oh, no, you just stole my whole thing. I said that earlier.
I'll let him do that.
No,
I'll let him do that.
No,
go ahead.
Said it.
Go ahead. That's my point. He's going to be, I think, really good under Brom.
I just said that, we're taking a backup quarterback from Ohio State that worked out well for LSU once.
I heard Shawn talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Joshua says, got to use my strong hand.
Yeah.
And Brian McGlasson was going to make the point. He stole my point. The rumors are Lincoln was between 1.5 and 2. Lagway is demanding $6 million. That's
take your leg somewhere else.
That's ultimately what I believe the deciding factor was. But this staff really loved this kid after they worked him out and talked to him. So
yeah, I don't know if I want a guy that was benched again because Lagway was benched at Florida. I don't know if I want that.
Shawn, Jesus benched you. So let's
see. Take a guy that was benched at Florida that was, a 5-win team?
Mm-hmm.
Or take a guy that was, like, up until probably the last day of camp, it was a toss-up between him and Sayin at a, 12-win team? Okay.
BJ back says Shawn, a.k.a. Popeye Forearms.
Forearm,
yeah, it's true.
That's why I said RVD. I sent a picture of RVD from Cena's retirement match, and like one arm's my size,
Ripped.
and the other one is Shawn's.
What was his old YouTube name? It's not always been B Gelback. It was something real funny. And I have forgot. Maybe it was his Twitter name. That's how we've been off for 2 weeks. I forgot.
Babu's picture.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's Babu.
Okay.
Maybe Babu was his Twitter, and this is his YouTube. Because I did ask people to watch this on YouTube. Josh wants to know any info on Dylan Raiola. I don't have any personally myself, but I will say this: if we're not going after 2 QB1s, and Brady Brown very prominently tweeted out yesterday QB1. So I'm not saying we won't still go after Ravioli or whatever his name is. I just find it highly doubtful with everything going on. Let's see. Let's get back over here to my nifty new. I wish y'all could see my dual screen. It's pretty tight. Visits this week. So on Friday, we had Georgia State offensive lineman Robert Wright and Johnny Brown in here. Shawn, do you know anything about those guys? You don't? Great preparation. See, I asked him to be here at 5:15, and he showed up promptly at 5:35. So we didn't really get a lot of pre-production done. Joey went downstairs and had a whole meal before he came up here. So I was pre-production in myself. That sounded.
I anticipated sitting down there eating my.
Well, true. Shawn should have been here. Let's not blame it.
Yeah. It's not my fault.
The pair of twins that were committed to Michigan and then flipped to Lexington, Jared and Jacob Smith. Those guys came in to see us Friday. Feel really good about landing them. There were a few Purdue guys on Saturday. Delaware left tackle Anwar O'Neal came to visit, and my personal favorite, UAB wide receiver Iverson Hooks. Dude, can you imagine if we get Hooks and more? That would be like that would be right on par with Bell and Lacey, I believe. Sunday, that's wait a minute, this is Sunday and then today. Nevertheless, South Carolina offensive lineman Kason Kelly and BC offensive lineman Eric Daughtry visited or will visit. Again, these are in different order. Shout out to Dalton getting all these together for me. Coming up this week, Monday or early in the week, it says Pittsburgh center Lyndon Cooper will be here. UConn running back extraordinaire Cam Edwards will be here. Texas wide receiver DeAndre Moore will be in the building. North Texas wide receiver Wyatt Young, his visit is still to be determined. And today we got a nice little visit from UNC edge Tyler Thompson. Excited about that. If you guys in the chat will let us know who you all are looking forward to seeing visit. Are there some more names that you all want? Are y'all, I mean, that sounds like a stellar group of people we're going after. And we normally land about 80% of the people we go after. So I was talking earlier, I forget who I was discussing it with, but that UAB wide receiver, man, coming to play here in the slot. We've had guys like Jamari Thrash and Colin Lacey come from small schools and play that position really, really, really well. I don't have to have 3 Division I transfer wide receivers because you're going to get a diamond in the rough from one of them smaller schools. So if we could get more in Hooks, I think that's going to be solid. And I do anticipate more of our guys saying, you know what, I'll stay. Because here's the thing. People were just losing their feces when everybody was jumping into the portal. I'm like, look, they have to do that to renegotiate their NIL deals. Some of them aren't leaving. Some of them had no intentions of leaving. So, Babu, I will tell you this. We have any DC news, got to be hard recruiting on defense with no DC. Actually, the players that we're recruiting know who the DC is. We were promoting from within for DC. So, I mean, I can't give that away because it's not been announced formally, but they know and have known for a week who the DC was going to be or intended to be. So no, it's not been hard recruiting at all on defense. Kevin Watson, what's up, fellas? My head is spinning with this NIL crap. Hope y'all had a great holiday. Did have a great holiday. What I hate is that it has basically turned this into pro sports light. I still think, and I talked about you all. I talked with you all about this. Talked to Steve. Talked to Nolan. I really feel like they have to get a handle on this NIL situation. You're going to have to. This playing for a different team every year thing cannot happen. They've got to start mandating 3-year contracts. And what I think, this is something I proposed during COVID when we were doing our show. You put a certain amount of money into a bond or a IRA, if you will, and the players get that money at the completion of college or as they get promoted to the professionals. If they get drafted, release their funds. But you giving them this money every month is making them go out and act like pro athletes. And you're seeing, it appears like some of them care less. And you're just promoting a hostile environment. If you tell them they've got to wait, that's going to drive them to work harder. You can offer bonuses if this gets reached, if you reach that, whatever.
In other words, we're going to have contracts at some point.
If they leave early, which I was about to say, Kevin pointed out, if they leave early, they got to give some of the money back. But if you, so I don't think that the contracts should be able to be like you should. I do think that you should have to commit to a 3-year time frame, and then be able to play another 2 years somewhere else. So play it. I know it's traditionally been 4, but if you hold them to 3-year contracts, you've got to be able to give them more than 1 year at the new school. Give them a second year, and not even if they leave early, they can't leave early. They have to stay. They have to stay at that school 3 years. If they leave early, they're ineligible for the rest of the year. Let them keep their money. They just can't play anywhere for a whole year. They got to sit out. Hope the basketball team gets a bump also. Yet now, I cannot confirm or deny this, but I will tell you that there is. Yes, I will be the new NCAA commissioner. Just help me figure out how to do it, because I've been trying to get us on Sirius XM for about 6 months now, and none of them hoes will call me back or text me back or email me back.
And by hoes, he means the fine people up there.
The fine people at Sirius XM will not.
That's a new slang word. It's like this little thing Jayla was doing the other day.
I thought she was just describing Shawn.
Well, yeah, I mean,
No. But so rumor is, and this is rumor. We like to talk about rumors here. And we're not talking about them in absolutes, but the rumor was we were offering to get Braum $25 million. He wanted $28 in NIL. Then a couple of days later, he said he was staying. So we believe he got somewhere in between 25 and 28 for this next season. There's a couple of old time Jurich donators that left us when we shunned him that are back in the fold, and I don't know how public any of that is, so I won't speculate on that either. I know who they are, but I'm not gonna put that out there. And there is a huge NIL proposition sitting on the desk of the chairman that he's currently deciding on. And if we get that one, nobody will be able to touch us in football NIL spending next year. So very excited about that. Hope that comes into fruition, but we'll see. Andrew Mudd says, I think situations like Peterson at Kansas should have to pay. Now, I thought he was hurt. Is he not hurt?
I thought he played yesterday.
He played, but he's still having issues. Apparently,
he played yesterday.
I think he tweaked his knee or hamstring, whatever it is.
He caught a pretty big alley-oop.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, can you expand for us a little bit? Because I thought I don't follow Kansas, so all I know is I saw earlier today that a tweet where they were comparing. They were saying that both Mikal and him were out and hadn't played much this season. So,
I mean, if the school shuts him down, then why should he have to pay his money back?
And that's why I'm asking him to expand on that, because I don't know. Is he hurt? Is he being
he sat late again? So apparently he played, and then late in the game he sat.
Yeah, that's not acceptable. If it's just him saying, you know what, I've scored my 15 points, I'm done. That's not acceptable. Kevin says, great as always. Keep grinding, fellas. We do want to remind you all that we're not sure of the date yet, but we will be coming to you live from Prime IV Hydration and Wellness in March. Is it March? In March. Before the NCAA tournament opener. So I guess that it could even be during the. Now, I'm probably going back to Charlotte for the ACC tournament. So we'll figure it out. We'll let you know. Andrew said he thought somebody said he opted out.
No. He was apparently, I just read an article. He actually was on minutes restriction, so that's why he didn't play.
He played 23 minutes yesterday, scored 26 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he didn't play towards, I guess, the end of the game for whatever reason instead of
and they lost by 60 at Central Florida.
Yeah, that's
60?
By 6 points.
Oh, I thought you said they lost by 60. Yeah, for sure, Kevin. Look, I need you all to, if you all support this show, I need you all to get out to Prime IV. They've got a great introductory deal. And see if you like it. If you don't, then you can just tell them Cardinal Sports Zone sent me. Do their little introductory package they got. If you like it, keep it up. It's cheaper than most what's the guilty pleasures that people have out there, and it makes you feel really, really good. But yeah, we'll let everybody know when we have that hammered down and shored up. Last segment of the show, rapid fire. Thank you, Higgy. Brooke Baltima, a 6'3" middle blocker, has transferred to the University of Louisville. She spent her first 2 years at the University of. Gosh dang it! Y'all stay over there. She will join this volleyball cards team this spring. Will have 2 years of eligibility remaining. I say that now, but when she starts killing people, I'll be like, yeah, it's our girl. The season, the Cincinnati native appeared in 57 sets, tallying 92 kills while hitting 264 with 11 digs and 55 blocks. Okay, 55. I'm back on board. Blocks. She had 11 kills and 8 blocks when she played her new teammates at U of L earlier this season. She had 8 blocks versus Texas, 6 versus Nebraska and Florida, and 7 versus Auburn. Charles Wimpy says, I wonder if Prime IV is covered by Medicare. You know what? I'll ask him here in a second. That's a great question. They may be. What's the odds to get UPS to donate to NIL? Brother, I don't know why they aren't already. I don't know that they aren't, but they should be putting up big money. Ford should be putting up big money. Papa, oh, never mind, they're not here anymore.
Yeah, they are. They stayed, wasn't it? Or was it Yum Brands?
Yum stayed.
Yum is weird.
They moved out of the one, but they're moving in downtown.
Yeah, they're moving in
what
downtown,
it
but
is.
some of the actual companies, it's weird.
Yeah,
how
yeah.
they
Okay,
got-
never mind.
University of Louisville men's soccer defender Olaniuk Ogunlale has been selected by FC Dallas with the 66th overall pick in the 26th MLS Super Draft, continuing the Cardinals' tradition of producing professional talent. The Cards have had at least one player selected in 13 of the last 16 drafts, and 8 have now been drafted in John Michael Hayden's 7 years at the helm of the program. U of L middle blocker Kara Cressy was named to the American Volleyball Coaches Association All-American Third Team. Higgy, you can just abbreviate that, dude. We all know what AVCA is. U of L outside hitter Chloe Chicoine and setter Nelise Cabello, love me some Cabello, were voted honorable mention All-Americans by the AVCA. Guys, please get out and support not only us, but our photographers, Jeff Nunn, TJ Barr, Justin Kruger, Keith and Renee Russell. They do a really good job. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Twitter. I know Renee and Keith kill it on Instagram. I'm not a big Instagrammer, but they kill it on Instagram. Make sure that you find them. I'll make sure, Shawn, for next week, we get their Instagrams available so that people can follow them. And our beat writers, Sam Baisden, women's basketball and football, reason why he's not here tonight, and Taylor Kopp for men's basketball, both killing it in their respective sports. Stay tuned to our social media and subscribe to us on YouTube to be alerted anytime we go live, and on Facebook. Even though we prefer YouTube, you can find the audio version on over 125 different podcast avenues: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, and iHeart. Hit subscribe, like, heart, plus sign, or whatever it is Shawn's doing at the table right now. Hit that button to have them downloaded. Hopefully he's not doing it right now. To have it downloaded directly to your phone, laptop, PC, or a personal music device. If you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, it's easy to find. Go to cardinalsportszone.com, go to the podcast tab, drop down menu, select CSC podcast for our last 7 seasons, archives for stuff from our first few seasons. Nick Valvano erased all of our 93.9 stuff. It's easy to find, though. Check out our exclusives on cardinalsportszone.com, the place that all began. Shout out to everybody who's out there sharing the podcast. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to Marcus Maben, Steve Rummage doing the Lord's work from 10 to noon, Monday through Friday on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. And shout out to our guy Dalton Pitts. Your first listen every day at Locked On Louisville on YouTube. And Monday nights with DP.
DP Mondays.
We're going to have to talk to him. He's coming over Friday. We're going to have a little podcast meeting. Sam's not going to be there either. And we're going to talk. We're going to have to talk to him about DP. That's got to change. Maybe it's not called DP. Maybe I just did that for fun and never changed it. Maybe it's just Mondays with Dalton Pence from 6 to 7 on the Big X. It is. I'm just messing with you. Social media. Where can they all find you on social media, Joey?
Joe Wallman 526.
I'm Jeremy_CSE. The website, as you can see below Joey, is at Card Sport Zone. Shawn, where can they find you on social media? Nothing funny this week.
At Elville Shawn, S Barber 6 on Instagram.
I just ran out of places to ask him what his login and stuff was. Shout out to Dan and Mark, 502 Circle, representing, helping get these things done. We're going to have Dan on soon. And I do want to ask him with the, I think we're entering an interesting time. I want to find out if this new rev share thing that's going into effect next season, does that render collectives obsolete? Are they still allowed to, like, I don't know how that's going to work. So,
No, that's just in addition. Like the schools have to
well, I've heard that,
disperse,
Well, yeah. So
and they
that
decide where the money goes.
yeah, that's a flat thing that every school has that they
Right.
have to pay the student athletes. But then anything over you can go anywhere to get anything over.
That's the
top
minimum.
as well. Yeah, that's the minimum basically.
Right.
any word on Isaac Brown? Jason, great question. So on Friday, I was 95% sure Isaac Brown to Texas. After a number of variables, the fact that he never put himself in the portal, that was red flag number one for me. I'm saying red in a good way, Cardinal flag. Had some discussions with people in his camp. I still don't know that we keep him, but as again, I was 95% to Texas. They've actually taken his crystal ball to Texas at 100% off of the major sites. I would say I'm 65% now. And that's for me to even change a little is very difficult. I think 65% he goes to Texas. However, I would not be shocked. And this is not just somebody trying to hedge their bets. Oh, he'll be right either way. As of right now, and I know I said 65% to Texas. If I was a betting man, I'd put my money on him coming back next year. I don't know he will. I don't know he won't. But I will tell you, I was 100% sure he was gone. 95, 100% sure he was gone on Friday. And now there's hope and a chance and a good chance. So that's where things stand with that right now. I just hope that him stepping into the waters, I hope his step out of the waters is just as smooth and just as smooth as can be. Speaking of smooth, did you know that regular IV therapy can help improve your energy levels and make them smooth? It can boost your immune system and enhance your overall well-being. At Prime IV Hydration and Wellness, their memberships offer a convenient way to maintain your health with monthly treatments. Visit them at Prime IV in Middletown to learn more about how their wellness plans can support your lifestyle and help you feel your best every day. Text them 502-251-9836, 24 hours a day with your questions. Charles, shoot them a text 502-251-9836. Ask them if they're covered by Medicare. That'd be amazing for a lot of people. I know if they are. Never thought to ask that. Glad you did. Or give them a call in the morning during regular business hours, and you can set up anything with them. Final thoughts for me. I'll give one, turn it over to you all, and then give mine. Big one. Glad to be back. 2026, season 7, leading into season 8. It's been a wild ride. And as we get towards the end of the ride, because we all know this podcast ain't going to live on forever. Like, even if we keep doing it till we're 100, there'll be one day when there's no podcast, right? So while we're here, we hope we're going to bring you the best we can every week. We're going to have a good time. We're trying to open up new avenues. We're trying to revamp the show and bring more fun things and do more fun things and make this must-see like it has been the whole time we've done it, whether it be one listen at the very beginning or a million listens like it was when Chris Mack got ousted. Like, we just want we had, I think, about 750 the Nolan Smith interview, but that's because people wanted to pick apart everything he said. Still views. It is what it is. But yeah, we want to bring the best we can to you all, and open to ideas, open to suggestions. Don't know how to help Shawn out. We've tried. But Joey, any final thoughts for the week from you? Well, no, that's what happened when Shawn walked into the women's bathroom.
No, I'm just still trying to recoup. I was pretty sick last week, and it's been I swear it's felt like the longest week ever. Still a little rundown. Got back in the gym late last week.
There you go.
Or late this week. So trying to start off the new year on a more positive note.
And
the end of it was pretty crappy.
When's the Prime IV appointments? Is it this week or next week?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I told Teresa she needs to text and make y'all's because
When is your
the
crime up?
17th.
Okay, so next week you'll be able to get in there and get flushed out and get
Just
things.
making sure that you know that I didn't make all 4 of ours this time, just mine and Shawn's.
Okay, well, I mean, they should have all 4 been made at the same time, but it doesn't matter. It's all good.
No, at that time y'all weren't going that weekend because y'all were going to go do something else. So I made just mine and Shawn's. That's what, and I told Teresa
I didn't know anything about that, but
yeah, she should know. So check with her.
no, I mean, I knew about that. I didn't know we were doing anything that weekend. But is that all your final thoughts? Okay, Shawn.
Obviously, it's Merkin season. In the Tuesday night, the Blue Devils will be cast in a lake of fire.
It's a stripe out, baby. How bad are we going to that up?
Oh, it's gonna.
I'll be striped. I mean, just probably not the way they anticipated.
Yeah, they'll probably have a black stripe here, a white stripe there, a red stripe here. It won't look at all what they want it to be. I don't know. Is a red, white stripe out?
It's red, white, and black. Or maybe it's just red and black. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm still to this day baffled at how Louisville fans, I love us, how we can never get a color out the right way. Now, stripe out's more difficult. Now, if we mess that up, I get it. But we've had blackouts where they show it on TV and you see patches of red everywhere, or the horrible whiteouts in basketball that would have looked amazing had it not been for the 4 people in black in the front row. We've just not been able to nail those quite yet.
Buy some cheap black and red shirts and place them on the seats.
Listen, Dana Brown, this direct
Right.
shot at you. Direct shot. Not shot, sorry. If you all in the future want to do a colorway game, Cardinal Sports Zone will pitch in with you to buy the shirts, the one size fits all shirts to put on the back. We'll get you Shawn's routing number and bank information, and we'll get that done. I promise. We are giving you our word that we'll help you out with that. Dana, one of the best people.
I got $1. I got $1.
She always like when Kenny left, I was very, very worried because we were used to Kenny. Kenny was just a professional in every way. And then we had Zach Greenwell for a couple seasons, and he was really good and really friendly, talked often, liked him a lot. And then, they all got booted, and Dana came in, and Dana has just been the consummate professional. Just amazing. Can't say enough good things about her. My final thought, though, big shout out to my friend, my brother, my college teammate, Chris Redmond. He was named the inaugural head coach of the Louisville Kings this past week. I can promise you that Chris doesn't half end anything and that he will put together a star-studded cast of coaches and talents here in the Ville. I've already heard a couple of names that I'm digging that are going to be on the coaching staff. Hopefully he can get those. We'll have him on here. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to set up a meeting with him for this week. We're going to go have lunch this week, and at that lunch, I'm going to what's the word, Shawn? When you oh gosh, spring something up on somebody.
Surprise?
No, it's like, gosh, it's a war term.
War term. Ambush?
Ambush. Thank you, Shawn. I knew if anybody knew that useless piece of information.
I mean, it had the word bush in it. I'm surprised they knew.
It'd be mini nuts over here. I'm going to ambush Chris this week at lunch and get him to come on the show, maybe with some announcements. Maybe that'd be. I'll text him after the show and see if he can't do that. That'd be great. I'm very, very happy that we're going to have a professional football team. And I'm just as happy that Chris is going to be on board as the head coach. I'm trying to get on, you know me, I'm trying to get in where I can fit in. I've already pitched to him that I could be, I could do play-by-play for the game, or not play-by-play. I could be a color commentator for the football games. I could be on the talent development, or I've literally pitched to be put on the staff almost at every position. So we'll see how that works out going forward. But guys, we want to thank you all again for all your support. It's been another really good week. We appreciate you guys. For myself, for Joey, for Shawn, we love you guys. Thanks again for the support. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast.